Lance Guidry did a fairly decent job, but he just didn't do enough because obviously he was let go. So I need to get your full input on that because you are down there in the eye of this storm and you got all of this information and sources over at University of Miami. It looks as though they did not rank very high over the last several seasons in total defense. And just give me an overall takeaway that you have with them because they melted down against Iowa State in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. That's a game that Miami should have won. They should not have lost that game.
They got no business losing that game. I mean, I won't totally blame it all on the defensive coordinator because the offense wasn't popping off either. You had the number one receiver set out the game. You had the number one quarterback set out in the second half. So I won't too much blame everything on the defensive coordinator. But throughout the season, he had a tendency of letting these games slip away from him when they were ahead, or either they just couldn't stop anybody. So if I was going to can a man, I'd can him because of that stuff, not this bowl game. Because at the bowl game, even though it didn't look that good, it had so many other variables in this game and why they lost, man, because they called some stupid plays on offense. And that had something to do with the head coach and the offensive coordinator. But they canned the defensive coordinator. So maybe they probably had that already in the works throughout the season anyway. And this was just something that just poured the water on it and scalded him. And so he had to walk up out of there. So, I think when they lost that last game, that knocked them out of the playoffs.
Syracuse.
I think he had some grease on his feet after that. So he was going to slide out of that at the end of the season anyway. So they just let him coach his way on through the remainder of the games. And so when they lost this game in the bowl, in the Pop-Tart Bowl, that was just enough. I think, and this is just my opinion, I thought they should have gave Charlie Strong a shot at defensive coordinator. They had him on the staff. He was a guy who won national championships. He'd been coaching all over the world. So I think they should have gave him a shot. Maybe they might dig him up and tell him to come back down here. But, they need to have a solid defensive coordinator, man, because I clearly see that they got enormous talent on that defense. They just got to put some packages together to start stopping people, man, because, the offense will go down there and score, and then the defense will let them go like that answer to it. So I think they need to be searching for a high-powered defensive coordinator